Space Odyssey. Odyssey means an adventurous journey. Okay? Outside, the night was gathering strength. How swift our lightning Sputnik, outrunning the speed of sound and light, shot into space with a violent jerk. At a distance were luminous spheres, suspended like glowing latrines. Comets and meteors in hyperspace seemed more like diffused patterns. So here the poet starts with, outside, the night was gathering its strength. How swift our lightning Sputnik. Sputnik is an artificial satellite launched by Soviet Russia. Okay, so its name is Sputnik. He's saying that how swift our lightning Sputnik. Our Sputnik is glowing there. Okay, it's ready to go, outrunning the speed of sound and light, just traveling faster than sound and light. Shot into space with a violent jerk. Blast into space with a violent jerk. At a distance were luminous spheres, suspended like glowing latrines. Okay, so children, here you can see the poet has used metaphor. How? At a distance where the poet can see luminous sphere. What do you mean by luminous? Something which is very shining. Okay. So he is describing the planets here. A luminous sphere. So planet looks like a sphere, right? Shining spheres suspended like what? Glowing latrines. So the planets were looking like glowing latrines. Comets and meteors in hyperspace seemed more like diffused patterns. So the poet is saying that heavenly bodies like comets and meteors that can be seen moving round the outer space. Okay? And they are looking like a diffused pattern. Okay, what do you mean by diffused and hazy pattern? Which is not like a diffused pattern. It's not in a proper shape. It's an irregular pattern. So by this you can see that the poet is traveling to space and he's there in space. Okay? An asteroid came whizzing towards us. I closed my eyes in dreadful shock, fearing a terrible head-on collision. Thank God, it deviated from our track. I looked at my friend seated beside, obvious, not here, so lost in thought. Looking down, I saw Mother Earth, a luminous ball, not bigger than a sapphire dot. Okay, now what is the poet saying? An asteroid came whizzing towards us. What do you mean by that? An asteroid came quickly through the air with a whistling and bustling sound. I closed my eyes in dreadful shock. So imagine, children, that you're in the spaceship and an asteroid is coming near you, okay, to hit the spaceship. How will you feel? You'll feel terrible and you'll feel shocked, right? Okay, so that's how the poet has also felt, fearing a terrible head-on collision. What do you mean by terrible head-on collision? That the poet thought he was fearing that it would be a head-on collision when the front ends of two things crash against each other. So that is collision. Okay, head-on collision. So nothing happened like that. What happened? Thank God it deviated from our track. It went away or it moved away from our track. I looked at my friend seated beside. Okay, so it seems like the poet is not alone. He has his friend too. Obvious, not here, so lost in thoughts. His friend is so lost in his thoughts. Okay, looking down, I saw Mother Earth, a luminous ball, again a shining ball, which was looking like a sapphire dot, which was not bigger than a sapphire dot. It was very tiny. So this is sapphire, okay? A blue gemstone. So again, the poet has used metaphor. He's comparing Mother Earth to a sapphire dot, okay? Oh, how quickly we landed on Mars. It's so different from what I had learned. Neither a barren belt of sterile terrain nor a rugged stretch of craters burned, but a heavenly place so cool and serene, full of scintillating scenes and ravishing sights. Scintillating is something which dazzling, okay? Dazzling scenes and ravishing sights, delightful sights. We the emissaries from a far away land, we the representative from a far away land, here from one planet to another, that is emissary, someone who is going to representate, okay, like an ambassador or something like that, okay. So here, from one planet to another, were warmly received by a team of alien spirits. Oh, how quickly we landed on Mars. It's so different from what I had learned. So the poet's saying that we landed on Mars so quickly and it's very different from what he had actually learned. What did he see there? Neither a barren belt of sterile terrain. Okay, barren is empty and unproductive, and sterile is something where nothing grows, a place where nothing grows. Okay, nor a rugged stretch of craters burned. So this is craters burned, where the meteorites have made such an impact in the surface. Okay, so he's saying that whatever I had learned about Mars, it's completely false because I didn't see anything like this. Okay, a barren belt of sterile terrain or a rugged stretch of burnt craters. Instead, it was so cool and serene place, full of scintillating scenes and ravishing sights. Also, the Martians did not attack them but warmly welcomed them. Martians are nothing but the alien spirits. Okay, they didn't attack them, he and his friend, okay, but welcomed them. Okay, the weight of the world suddenly lifted from us. We bounced up and down, almost floating in the air, found ourselves in a gorgeous garden with springing fountains and blossom fair. Trees were laden with dazzling gems, lagoons and lakes of liquid silver, vast expanse of tawny vistas, plain waving with luxuriant verdure. Okay, so what is the poet saying here in this paragraph? The weight of the world suddenly lifted from us. We bounced up and down, almost floating in the air. He's saying that the gravity of Mars is lesser than the Earth, and so the speaker tended to float or lightly bounce up and down while walking on Mars. Okay, and they found themselves in a gorgeous garden with springing fountains and blossom fair. Okay, and what did they see again? Trees were laden with dazzling gems. Trees were loaded with dazzling gems. Okay, here in the earth we see trees with only leaves and fruits. Yes, but there in the Mars they saw dazzling gems on the trees. Lagoons and lakes of liquid silver. What is lagoon, children? Stretches of salt water separated from the sea by a low wall of sand or rock, as you can see in the picture. Okay, how are the lagoons and lakes looking there in Mars? They were looking like a liquid silver. Okay, they were actually liquid silver. They were not in the color of turquoise or blue. Okay, so what is the poet saying in the next line? Vast expanse of tawny vistas, plains waving with luxuriant verdure. Okay, so the speaker saw something like this. Just an imagination. What is luxuriant verdure? A plentiful, lush green vegetation. So he's saying that he saw a vast tawny vistas. Tawny is nothing but a color, okay? having a brownish yellow color, and pleasing views of a vast expanse and plentiful of lush green vegetation. Okay? What's so fun? Over there, a herd of animals so strange and rare, nothing like those seen on planet Earth, grazing on red grass in a canyon of great width. As you can see in the picture, this is how a canyon look. Okay? So, animals which were so strange and rare, which couldn't be seen in planet Earth, were there. Okay? They were grazing on the red grass. Here we have green grass, and there they have red grass. And there they have red grass in a canyon of great width. Okay? Our restless eyes scanning all around, we were eager to explore every bit of ground. Accelerating our pace in rising delight, we moved forward with enthusiastic gait. Gait is nothing but the step. Okay, enthusiastic step. So what did the speaker felt here? So the speaker looked around enthusiastically, hurried forward, eager to explore every part of it. Okay, the speaker and his friend. Okay. Sudden was the sound I heard behind. Puzzled and confused, I looked around, saw my mother standing near, her harsh voice ringing clear. You lazy one! Don't you know this is exam time? Again you can't play a dumb mime. Blunt and crunt was her angry tirade, making my afternoon reverie suddenly fade. I saw my open book sneering at me and my uncovered syllabus a vast sea. So what happened? The speaker was actually daydreaming. Okay, reverie means it's like being lost in your thoughts. Okay, being daydreaming. That's reverie. Suddenly, the poet heard a sound. Puzzled and confused. Okay, he looked around and he saw his mother. Okay, and his mother was scolding him for daydreaming. She called him lazy and said he should stop pretending to study but start studying properly as his exams were going on. The speaker was actually in his room and the speaker was supposed to be studying for his exams. But he didn't do that and he was dreaming. Okay? So that's why she gave a long angry speech. Okay? So the speaker was actually dreaming of being to the space. He was not in the space, he was actually dreaming. Okay? And he saw his open book sneering at him and his uncovered syllabus a vast sea. Okay? Valsa George, a retired professor of English from Kerala, writes on a wide range of topics. Her poems highly picturesque and laced with images, which is vivid images, okay, appear regularly in different journals and poetry sites. They stand out for their emotional fervor. Fervor is like passionate, okay, and sensuous appeal and inspiring messages. Attractive appeal and inspiring messages. This poem, with its vivid imagery, views space and aliens in a different light. Thank you, children.